What's up, people? This is Black Cross Salary and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hate to do this today, I really hate to do this because we have been analyzing these charts for forever. We have predicted these, guys. You can see all these lines, and I know some lines are a little bit thin when you look at them, but these are some of the lines that we drew earlier on when gold was on a downward trend, upward trend. I have always been keeping my lines up to date because I know there are some of the zones where there are some liquidity that has been left, and the market will always come back to that level over there and take some liquidity that has been left on those sides or those zones. And we also know of the support and resistance and a lot of patterns and trends that we always look for in the market. So the reason why these I had to record these or do my analysis today was because this has been playing according to our prediction. Guys, remember we started predicting gold on these candlestick. I don't know, the third candlestick. We started here, yeah, we've been predicting gold for quite some time, and seeing this playing out so perfectly as we had predicted is something that has really pushed me to be able to do this. So yeah, so guys, let's see how these played out. I don't know if I'll be able to play. Let me click a replay. I don't know how. Sorry guys. So this is gold. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay, so let's just put it to this zone. Okay, so this is how gold has been for quite some time now. Quite some time. So we're going to have a replay from this level over here, guys. Remember how we got to this point? Let me just try and zoom in just a little bit. We talked about the double top that really caused a downward trend. So guys, you can see all these lines that are here. These are some of the lines that we had drawn and some of the predictions that we have had or that we used to have about gold, and these ended up playing out perfectly just as we had predicted. So we're still here and hopefully hoping that we'll be able to see some great changes, or maybe see how these played out perfectly. We had the double top. Let's just play these and see what really happened. I'll try and zoom out just a little so that guys we don't miss out. Just want to zoom out just perfectly. Okay, see how these played out so perfectly. So guys, this is a daily time frame, so we are seeing how gold played out on a daily time frame. Remember, daily time frame on candlestick represents 1 day. So this is what we're seeing for the past few weeks. You can see that was a beautiful drawing of our predictions. See, those ones were just some patterns that we were trying to draw and see what was going to happen. The rising flag, the falling flag, those kind of things. And you can see how gold just played perfectly. Let me just pause a little. Just wish I could just to this point. Okay, so just pause a little. So guys, we saw some resistance at this zone over here. Let me just see if I can draw this. Always mark some of the points where you see like we all knew at this point when, let me just go back a little so that you can all like understand like what really happened, or maybe what am I talking about. Nope. Let's put it to this point. Okay, so guys, this is the zone that we're talking about, and you can see like at this point you can see like there is a line. So this line was drawn after we saw like some resistance, some pullback going upwards. Remember we had talked about gold dropping to around this zone over here, around this line over here, and it came to this level over here, and we saw like some resistance from that point. So here's the thing, let me just try and show you what really happened in the past around that zone. I had like only one line for it, but I know that there has been some sort of resistance around this zone over here. So what we're going to do is, let's see what happened around this zone. It is around this zone. If you look at this candlestick over here, this candlestick was a bit huge as compared to the other candlesticks before it, and I'm talking about this one over here, this one over here, and this one over here. So you can see like on this day there was like a strong buy when it came to like when it comes to gold. Like there was a really strong buy. So you notice like around this zone, this is one of the zones where we can see like there are like lots of buyers waiting to come into the market. So for me, I'll say like there was like some liquidity that was left around that zone that has been tested now. And right now, let me just go back to our candlestick, to our market, and see what really happened. Guys, I know that if you have been following our live charts up until today, then I know that you haven't really missed out on, and I bet that you are in profits. That is if you have been patient, because we have talked about the ranging markets, we've talked about the trending markets and everything, and we've always been giving out predictions when the market is going to range, when it's going to keep on dropping, stuff like that. So yeah, so right now let's just have a look. Yeah, so at this zone over here, we marked this zone as one of the zones where we had like a lot of buyers coming in, and we saw like some kind of a pullback around this zone over here. Not that zone, let me just Control Z. Yeah, around this zone over here. I don't know if this is visible enough. Don't know if you guys can see it. So yeah, around this zone we saw like a lot of buyers coming in and taking the market. We saw like some pullback, we saw the market going up, and I know people had to close like their sell positions and take buy positions, because most people thought that now there was like some resistance around this zone and the market was going to go up, and they were like literally waiting for a breakout going upwards. And guys, we also talked about that, because you can never really know what's going to happen in the market. What we always do is just to analyze and see if it's going to play out as per our predictions. So this happened around this zone, and let's just see how this played out. As you can see that, and you can see, like, I'll just pause this. So you see, this was one of the lines that we had drawn earlier on. For me, around this point, I was waiting to see if there was going to be like a real breakout from this trend line. This is like just a trend line that I had drawn. If you go back, if you watch, like, if you are in my live stream or my previous videos, then clearly you know that that was like a trend line that we had drawn just to give us a guideline of how the market was playing out. And it came to this point, and then at this point, you notice, like, at this point over here, there was like some support. A lot of sellers came in and took like the sell positions in the market, and we could see the market was selling. It became bearish. And if you look at this zone over here too, we had like a lot of sellers coming in and selling in the market. So that is what happened here. So we created like a new support around this zone over here. So however much like the market plays, whenever I see like the market is going to come back to this zone over here, then I will know perfectly, like I will basically know that we are like now trading in a ranging market, something of the sort. So yeah, clearly that is, yeah, and I'll show you why I'm saying that, why that is like will be like a ranging market rather than like a trending market at that point. But as of now, we are still on a trending market. So yeah, we've got to stick to that trending market at the moment. So let's see how this played out. We saw this market playing, going downwards. Okay, so we just got to the point where we are at. So guys, today we are at this point over here. We are waiting for this to come down to this level so that we can see if it's going to keep on breaking out of this line that we had drawn. Remember, this can end up being one of our resistance zone, and if this happens, then we'll also have like this line over here being one of our support. So we'll have a support and resistance, or maybe supply and demand, as some of you call it. So on this upper part, the upper part will be like supply, the lower part will be like a demand. So let's see how this is going to play out. If this comes to this level, and then instead of breaking out to around area 1575 or maybe 1580s or 85, then we'll be able to see like some ranging market for quite some time before another major breakout, either going up or downwards. But mostly, as of now, looking at the strength of the dollar and everything, I strongly believe like for quite some time gold might sell, but we don't really put our, like, we don't stay rigid in the market, because anything can happen. Like we might see that US dollar is really, the US dollar index is really strong now, and like that's going to affect like a lot of currencies that is paired with like gold. We'll be able to see like gold dropping massively. But then if anything happens and the US dollar becomes weaker or maybe weak, we'll be able to see gold rising massively. So those are some of the things that we are actually looking forward to, because we just want to analyze and see like what's gonna happen. So we're like a few minutes to closing time, I think, before like having like another 1 hour break for gold basically. So let's see what's going to happen. This happens, this might come down to this zone. If this is going to be our demand zone, it's not necessarily that this candlestick will always have to come down to this point over here. We'll be able to see like either some pullback, either going upwards, or we'll see like another breakout either going downwards. So there are like two options or two things that we have in mind right now, is to see how the next candlestick is going to play out in this market, and not just like the next candlestick, but like the second and maybe the third one, so that you can clearly know if the market is still on a trending market, or maybe if we'll be able to see like some ranging market for quite some time before a major breakout, either going upwards or going downwards, depending on the strength of the dollar in the dollar index, or yeah, I think basically the dollar index for now. There are like a lot of things that affect the currencies, makes a currency weak or strong, but I'll just talk about the dollar index because that is what at the moment is paired with gold, and those are like some of the factors that can also help you like know when to buy, when to sell. A dollar index kind of comes in as a fundamental analysis for you, because it's not like literally technical. You might have like some basic ideas, but then it's somehow a fundamental analysis as compared to all those other analyses. So yeah, I think that's so right now I think we'll see on the second, actually like tomorrow, we might see how tomorrow is going to play out. But for me, we'll always have like an open option or open mind whenever it comes to like cryptocurrency or maybe forex. For me, all those things you have to trade, so you don't have to be rigid. You have to move with the flow of the market, you have to move with the market. So yes, we have our predictions up until today. We can see like sellers today were like really strong, and you can always tell that based on the size of the candlestick. The size of the candlestick will always tell you the strength of the sellers or buyers in the market. So at the moment right now, you can see like we have like a lot of this short, like today we had like a lot of sellers in the market, and these came down to around this zone over here, which is on, I don't know if this is more clearer or if I should be using like a white background just for the sake of our analysis. Maybe you might leave a comment. Let's try and find out like what is really happening, you know. Okay, so yeah, so basically today we had like a lot of sellers in the market, but we don't know how tomorrow is gonna be like, if we're going to have like a lot of buyers coming in or a lot of more sales coming into the market. But we have our lines, as I always tell you, that our lines will always be our guidelines. They'll always give us a preview or a quick review of what may happen in the market. As I've told you, we have like two lines over here, this being our demand zone, and we also have this one being our supply zone. If at all this market doesn't really break out from this line over here, going downwards to our expected zones, which is like our zone 1575 for quite some time, and then see what will happen next. Then if it doesn't break out, we'll have a ranging market. If it does break out, we'll be able to see if the market will be buying or selling. But for now, I'm really strong on sales when it comes to gold. Like even last time, I remember telling you like I am still holding my positions when it comes to like trading gold. I still feel like okay, it's gold. So right now I feel like it's a strong sell, but we'll wait and see how tomorrow is going to play out. And remember, as I always say, always move with your stop losses. Don't just trade and just forget to move with the stop losses. What I mean by moving with the stop loss means that once you know, like once your position in the market has turned out to be a positive or maybe blue, you can always remove your stop loss from where you placed it to a good position in the market, so that in case anything happens, you will still be locked out of the market but with profits. Okay, so you won't have to lose any amount because of your stop losses being in certain places where you are like, okay, no. So yeah, so I think we've talked about that. So let's see how tomorrow is going to be. We are like a few minutes to a closing time or maybe a break time before actually the market proceeding to its actual directions. So yeah, so guys, let's see how this will play out. We've seen how amazing this has been, all these lines that we have drawn. Let us not just take them for granted. And yeah, so if you want to learn more about forex, if you want to know what might happen to gold next, always follow me, share my videos with some of your friends, share, ensure that your girl like grows channel, and yeah, so that I'll be able to support you further and further. So guys, we have analyzed these, and I know that for now, if you're joining us now, I can see like some people have joined in. So we are talking about our prediction. We had a replay of what happened, and I know you can you're asking yourself what really happened to my charts. Why are there like a lot of lines? These are some of the zones where we've seen like some resistance, or maybe some buyers coming in or some sellers coming in and pushing the market towards a certain direction. Some of these zones have turned out to be our support and resistance, and we drew like this line a few weeks ago in my past live streams. We had like a drawing, we had a preview of what was happening. Maybe if I just show them. I was supposed to be ending this chart, but oh sorry, didn't know my drawing was still on. Shouldn't be. Okay, so we already moved in. So we're going to move to this let's just start with this point over here. Okay, so let's see how these played out. So these are some of the lines that we had drawn, some of the patterns, and so far gold has played according to our predictions. So if you somebody just asked if I'm in any other social media platform. Yes, please. Yes, I'm in a social media. I'm in Instagram, but I rarely talk about forex in my Instagram account, but I'll be able to do that if you guys want me to analyze my charts also in Instagram. I'm in Facebook. I have a page. So guys, these are some of the lines that we had drawn like earlier on, and we saw the market play out perfectly as per our prediction. If you look at some of my live streams before, like initially, we talked about gold selling, we talked about gold ranging around these zones over here, and you can see these lines over here. And yeah, so my chart basically has like a lot of lines. These lines always help me understand what's going to happen in the market next, and that's why I don't always delete them all, because they play out perfectly. For me, gold is one of the currencies that I enjoy, like literally trading. So this is what happened. This played out perfectly. So what we're predicting right now is we have two options. Gold might, we had predicted this might drop to this level over here, which is around level 1621, or maybe 1621. Okay, let me see. 1621. Okay, David Okwagbo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that the right way, but I'll be able, let me just share my Instagram. Should I share my Instagram page? But I haven't really posted anything in Instagram. Maybe my Facebook. I'm not even sure. Okay, David, I'll just attach the link to my social media accounts on the description, so that you'll be able to like follow. And yeah, if you have any questions, or if you want to trade with me, we'll be able to talk and see what really happens. And remember, I'm not charging anything. I just enjoy doing this. I enjoy trading with other people too, so I don't charge for anything, guys. No. Okay, so so we predicted that this is going to come down to this level over here. If it doesn't really come down to this level, we'll see a bounce back, like a pull back to around these zones over here. So this level over here already created like a good support for us, so we'll be able to see a ranging market for quite some time before any breakout. That is, if this doesn't really break out of this, or if we have like a false breakout in the market, that is. So we have two predictions, and tomorrow, not actually tomorrow, like in a few hours from now, because according to my timeline, we are like a few minutes to another day. Yeah, so gold will be taking a break for like an hour before we start trading again. So yeah, so we're waiting to see what's going to happen. We've seen these candlesticks, seen these. I hope my charts don't really, like, this is a huge move. Today we had like a strong sell in the market. So let's see what's going to happen, like in a few minutes, a few hours, like an hour, after an hour. So let's see what will happen in the market. If we're going to have gold drop to this zone, if we'll have like a breakout from this point over here, then I'll be looking for around zones like zones 15. Remember to use like your trending line with algo. This will help you know when there is a breakout, so that you don't fall for like false breakouts. Okay, so yeah, use that indicator. I have a video where I've showed you like how you can link, or how you can set up the trending lines with algo. And I guess like there are also other videos out there that kind of shows that, but you can check them. I'll be able to also drop my, like, I'll be able to drop like my, yeah, the link to that video over here. So guys, this is what's happening. So let's see what's going to happen like in the next like 1 hour. If the